All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back again with another new one. Mm, Fresh out the oven with some loving. We about to kick it off and get it started and things. So you know what the title is. The title today is in regards to women that have gone absolutely crazy. Some men too, but mostly women. The liberal women. Let me put a depiction. The liberal women have gone absolutely nuts, absolutely crazy. So we're gonna talk about this and things. So yeah, this is where we are right now, talking about this thing. So yeah, I said, you know what? Let me go ahead on and get this live out right now and get it out early. I know that a lot of people are at work. That's fine. I'm at work. I'm actually taking a break from driving, just like a lot of you guys are at work. I'm doing Uber. So those that are at home, may not be working today, taking the break, taking time off. That's cool. But yeah, we're gonna tackle this subject. We're gonna be talking about it though, man. And this subject here is, it is what it is. The liberal-minded women, man, they have absolutely gone nuts. I mean, absolutely crazy. This is something that it's unprecedented that the Republicans have taken not only the presidency but the House and the Senate and also the Supreme Court. So I mean, this is something here that it's unprecedented. That Donald Trump is considered to be, uh, excuse me, won the popular vote, obviously, and for good reason, because a lot of these people in America, like myself, that have chosen Donald Trump for our president because of his record and his policies, which a lot of the liberals do not understand because they have been conditioned that it's all about how you talk to them, and you know how it is. Most women, just gonna be really honest about this, most of them do not like taking accountability or responsibility, and this is why they act like children. On the left, on the liberals especially, they hate responsibility. They hate accountability at all. I mean, they're in a situation where they much rather, be coddled to, lied to, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Y'all remember that song? Tell me lies, Fleetwood Mac, Tell me lies, tell me. I gotta sing it because I can't play it. If I play it, I get a copyright strike. You know how that go. But that's exactly what it is, man. It's like the liberal-minded women have been used to, what is it? Obama, 16 years since he's been president, I think. Between 12 to 16 years in general, they are absolutely out of their minds, man. Um, I never seen it this bad when it come down to the left or the women. And the left really don't like losing at all, but they despise Trump. They can't stand his guts. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. He's a bigot and a racist. I want to get him. I hope that. I wish that the shooter didn't miss. This is how bad it is, man. This is really, really bad. And I felt the need of I wanted to talk about this with you guys, or have a discussion about it, because we are in a space where, and they're going to be all right. The libs are going to be all right, though, in things. But they have been conditioned with all these whacked out leftist woke agenda, the Department of Education, which Trump is going to get rid of, thank God, because they learn this type of BS and garbage and nonsense. And then the attack on men, masculinity. We are under attack with this nonsense. So I said to myself, I wanted to talk about it today Wanted to address it and get it out, and just basically have a discussion about it. So it's not us on the right that are hating the left, because one thing about it is most Republicans know how to lose very well. Liberal Democrats do not. They hate it, and they hate it extra because of Trump. This is another thing. They absolutely think that their reproduction rights are going to be. It's all type of, you know, inflated, blown out lies. It's fear mongering at its best. And this is what the Democrat mindset does. They use a lot of fear tactics. And the reason they use the fear, because you can control people through fear. And really, unfortunately, women are a little bit more susceptible to the fear mongering than men. We use a certain amount of discernment. We use logic and so forth, as opposed to the woman. It's all she had is her feelings. So therefore, if it's something that sounds scary, yeah, they're gonna gravitate towards it, and then it gets blown out of proportion. It's like turning an ant into a ant into a mountain, basically. An anthill to a mountain, and this is the mentality with them. And you cannot talk to them. You cannot debate with them when they're in an emotional state, in a frenzy. And many men have tried, and you just can't absolutely do it. There's women that have tried talking to other women, and it's also go to the wayside as well, because most of the liberal women are in a state of, what I want to call it, in a state of denial. They do not want to hear it. And they think getting mad, getting angry, and putting their frustration out on men and other minority groups is the answer, which is not. Absolutely not. You want to blame Latino community, the sisters in the black community, they want to blame black men or whatever. I even heard some foolishness. Was it on TikTok? It was like one where she was advocating, so it was a black woman advocating for the black woman to get a divorce and things. Hey, Judy, how are you? I'm just taking a break from, me doing my Uber thing and stuff. So, you know, I'm doing really, really, really good. Judy, how about yourself? How about yourself? Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, I said, I wanted to talk about this topic. This is a controversial. That's good. That's good. Yeah, this is a controversial topic today. I was thinking to myself, should I was thinking about it yesterday. I said, for today, do I want to tackle this particular one? Because, we can always talk about it. And what's hurting is that you cannot get the left liberal mindset of women, or in some men. We can't even have a conversation. And I've tried. I've actually lost friends, actually recently, because of Trump's victory. And they know I voted for Trump too. They cannot stand the outcome. They cannot stand it. They would give up great friendship, because of their what's it, lack of understanding, when it come down to Trump's policies, which is, unfortunately, it's just unfortunate that things like this have happened, and a lot of people have lost great friends. I see it more on the left. The left would just cut you off, and I'm gonna say this though too. Since I am a black male, I say in the so-called black community, it's very, very cultish in their thinking, very cultish. And you already know, because you have to vote Democrat, you have to do certain things, or you're not considered black. It's very cult. It's like being in a cult, and that's basically what it is. When you try to, or people that have stepped out of the cultish mentality mindset, then you're basically looked on or ostracized as being some type of crazy, and then they'll try to clown you for it, because you don't agree with the policies the same way. It's like, I find it very, very, I just don't have a word for it, because I just shake my head every time that they do not seem to understand the policies that they're voting for. And this is women, liberal-minded women in general. They vote for their worst, not for their best interests. It goes against their best interests when they vote democratically as opposed to, and I'm not saying to be loyal to a party, but you have to look at beyond the party and look at the policies, you know? And they keep throwing up this agenda 2025. I have Trump's policies, which is Agenda 47. I do not see anything of what they're talking about, but they act like this man is going to just jump out of the woodwork and say, "I got you." You know, I mean, this is basically their mentality. The liberals think it's always "I got you" moment. You know, they don't think that okay, a person can really care about the country. They just look at, oh yeah, they don't, and that's another thing. Women in general, because because of all these policies from the far left, they have softened men. I had this conversation with my buddy last night. They have men have been under attack for masculinity and all this other kind of stuff. They shun us for being an upright male. This is basically what it is. We know, every woman know they do not like wishy-washy weak men. That's a lie if they say they do. They do not like those type of men. I mean, I don't know why the beta male simps, they always coddle to these types of women, and it just never works. It never works out. Those guys are the ones have problems with dating and getting women. You know what I'm saying? Tell them what they want to hear, all this other nonsense. These kiss ass type men to women instead of giving them the truth and giving them what they need. Trump is like a daddy, and a lot of them probably haven't had a real daddy or a father that was stern, hard, and gave it to you. Not what he gave you what you need, not what you want. And we need that in our society right now because this woke agenda stuff is killing our society, man. It's kicking us in the ass every time. I'm so glad that he's getting rid of this politically correctness and his gender studies and gender this and all this other kind of crap. And there's only two genders. Getting rid of all this stuff. The Department of Education is going to be totally eradicated for something different because it starts there. The Department of Education, because they get funding from the government to push these ideals, and these ideals are very liberal. This is one of the main reasons as to why I got another friend of mine. He lost his daughter going to the public school system where she grows up to be a liberal. Most people, when they go to public school, especially at K-12 and college, you have a liberal mindset. Most of the teachers that are teaching in these school systems for public schooling have a liberal mindset. And they also have a slant or a hatred towards men, especially stand-up men. So you can't win. You're busted. You're hit on both levels regards to that. I mean, I went to public school. This is the mindset. Men. Then it's another thing. Because of these liberal left policies that have been destroying us within. This is what's been going on. We've been battling this type of stuff. And I'm so glad that we have a stand-up person that says no to it. This is why they're losing their minds. They just running with falsehood narratives about what Trump gonna do. He's gonna bring us into the golden age. How can we go into the golden age when you're thinking that people are gonna either be enslaved? I've been heard all kind of crazy stories. He's gonna take away all women's rights and stuff, and where they can't reproduce, and the men are gonna go on attack and start beating up on women. I mean, all this crazy, convoluted type of I don't know where they're getting this stuff from, man. It's just concocted, made up type of crap that they're decide to run with, man. And we need to have I would love to have the conversation, but I can't. They get to screaming, hollering, and yelling because once again, you have to admit that when you don't have to be accountable and responsible in our society, this is a problem. Most men, men have to be accountable and responsible. But there's no way, there's no safeguard for us. You know, if we don't be accountable and responsible, out you go on the street. Nobody says, oh, this deadbeat. Everybody say a deadbeat man. Nobody ever say a deadbeat woman at all for not doing the right thing. But you know, there's a double standard, and as men, we understand that. We understand double standards in society, and we're okay with it. We understand what it is. But it would be nice to have the conversation for real, because I would love to kind of talk to some of them, but now it's like it's impossible because they get triggered. Soon as you hear the word Trump, it's like bam. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. It's like in their head. Many of them like Kamala Harris, love Kamala Harris. She's an attractive looking woman, no denying that. Fair complected, flowing hair. What is she? Half white, half Indian, or whatever like that. And she appears to care. Her policies appear, and they were okay with it because you know you ask them all the time, what is Kamala's policies and how is it beneficial to making America great again? How are we going to turn the page to what? She never explained that. And then when you bring this stuff up, they get so triggered. And I think what it really is, because she's a woman, and there's a sisterhood with women. One woman said it, forgot her name in the chat, but she said it last week. It is the mama bear protection mode, what kicks in her head and things. Because when a woman feels like she's under attack, and that's basically what it is, there was a reason why she was being called out. I'm not going to say she was attacked, she was being called out. But women, they would use the term attack. Men are never supposed to say anything about women, no critiques or anything, especially on the liberal left. They don't. You're not supposed to critique women. Women are goddesses, the Gaia-centric, almighty. You know what? And this is what it is. You're not supposed to do this. That's why Trump come in and he's going to change these things because it's off balance, off center, and you alienate a lot of men. And they have the liberal left under Kamala Harris have alienated a lot of men. You know, I'm an Uber driver. I talk to the guys every day, just like women. When I speak to the man, nice hat, you know, give me the cold, wink, wink, high five, all this other stuff, because they understand. Even Democrat men that voted Democrat, man, they looked at Trump policies. They said, man, I'm voting Democrat. I'm voting Republican for the first time because Democrat men and Democrat women, they see things differently because men still are logic. Whether they're Democrat, most of them have voted for Trump. That's what they're upset about as well, and things. We as men, if you take the policies like Republican and Democrat, us men, we all are logic. We're looking at this thing for what it is. We're looking at the policies and things like that, black, white, and other. We're looking at the policies as men, and we're looking at it, showing some discernment, trying to figure out, okay, is this true? We're gonna research it. We're not gonna just run with what they're saying. We're gonna actually look into this thing and see what it is. Many of them found out, oh man, Trump did this, oh, Trump did that, oh, Trump 2016. A lot of the men know that, you know. They're not going to speak up because they're going to get a lot of criticism, especially from the women. The women are the liberal women, when they see that hat, they go absolutely nuts. This is why Maxine Wicked West Waters was even saying, encouraging a lot of people to resist. When you see him and everything, she was really encouraging this type of thing. It's really a mind fuck, man, for real, and which is sad because they have alienated a lot of men and some women too, and they have lost great friendships over this type of stuff. Ask any Republican, would they rather have their friend back? Many of them will say yes, but the few, they're just saying no, because remember I said before, it's cultish. Not even in the black community, it's just cultish in general because they had a long reign with this foolishness, leftist, whacked out, far left, gender type, crazy type stuff. Even the LGBT community, these are small communities, make up 4%. They don't have no problems. They rather be left alone. It's no problem with them. They have been weaponized, and then they went after the children. Nobody's caring about what adults do with their body. If they want to be transgender, what's the problem? We ain't saying that you can't. But they're telling these lies saying that, oh yeah, we care about, we don't want them. This is about children. You know and I know that is absolutely wrong. It's immoral to suggest to children, grooming children, oh yeah, we're gonna do the transgender mutilization. That's what I call it. I call it transgender gender mutilization when it comes down to children. They should not be thrown in there. They've been weaponizing the children, which is wrong, and that's why Trump has stopped it. It will be no funding for this stuff at all. The policies have changed, and this is exactly what we need. It ain't what we need this. It ain't what you want, it's what you need. And that's exactly what it is. And I'm speaking out against it as well, because this is lunacy. Cutting your hair, shaving your hair, screaming, hollering, and yelling in front of a computer. Some of it may be fake, because some of it I kind of looked at it as being fake. Some of them are just doing it for the views and things. I don't think a lot of these women are that crazy. Some of them are, but I don't think that every last one of them that get on TikTok and get on these social medias, because they don't even know, none of us know Donald Trump. I met Don Jr. Not too long ago, maybe about a month or so ago, and he was a nice man, and things. Kicked it with him a little bit and things, but most people haven't even met these people. So how can you really judge an opinion? But you look at his accomplishments and his work on this country. He never sold us out. He's always put policies to push America first, and he said America first. But if it would have been any other president, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it for what it really is. If we took Trump out of the conversation, right, and we put somebody else up in there, you name the other guy that's well spoken or whatever like that. Let's say if J.D. Vance was running for president, right? I really think that a lot of people really would not really have a big problem with J.D. Vance, because J.D. Vance is very presidential. Whether you like him or not, most women find him attractive. They got the bit. They are a sucker for the baby blues. I get it, and a lot of them are attracted right off the rip, And then how he speaks. I don't think women would carry on the way they carry on. Had it would have been J.D. Vance, maybe some other people, just kind of throwing it out there. They wouldn't carry on like this. But they carrying on like this because you know how when Trump be speaking, yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, they don't like that. It bothers women. Women can't stand that, especially on the left. They don't like that, with all this woman power, women live. They look at it as a challenge and an attack. I get it, but all I'm saying, if you were to look past that and see that, he never jumped on Melania, even though people have lied about that. I was like, what the, jumped on the kids, jumped on, he runs the house with a stern fist. No, man, it's not like that at all. But I cannot convince a lot of these women, especially liberal-minded women. I can't convince them that Trump is not like that at all, because their images and their sound bites and the media don't do it any better. And that's another thing that Trump is going to change as well. He said that he's going to deal with the legacy media, because I want you guys to really understand. When you guys listen to Pac-Man, excuse me, when y'all listen to Pac-Man on his podcast, so that you know, Pac-Man, there's a few others that's out there, what we call, they are Democratic shields. They do get paid to promote the Democratic policies, because their job was to get Kamala, and they paid these people, right? Pac-Man got paid. The View even, the run propaganda. Don't y'all find it strange that you could turn on the news too? They all got paid to push an agenda for the Democratic Party. That's obvious right there, right? This is what happened, and I'm gonna say you would have figured because they put $1 billion in this campaign. You would have figured that Kamala was supposed to have won the popular vote. She was destined. They put a lot of money on that campaign, you know. But the problem is that the candidate itself, which is her, she's not a great auditor, lack confidence. Um, she it's rare that you could get her to speak over 30 minutes and then it has to be edited. And this is what the thing. And then with her, I still don't understand her policies. I mean, she talks about them, a new way forward and turning the page and all this other nonsense. She never really explained anything. She had many opportunities to tell the people, and on Oprah Winfrey show and all the rest of them, though, Call Me Daddy and all these shows, we never got to really know her for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you like you said though, Cookie. Yep, you said you can't teach stupid. Yeah, you really can't though. You can't. You really can't though. It is what it is. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. They would die on the hill with this belief, and many of them would die on the hill. They're willing to die on the hill. A lot of these liberal-minded women absolutely think they're right. They think they're right, and they think the fact that everybody else have sold them out. They don't feel protected with Trump. It's like, are you kidding me? They don't feel protected under Trump. Trump said he was going to protect the women whether they like it or not. This is what he said. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the main reasons why we have to get, with the border and all the rest of this stuff. It's for you ladies as well as for the country. You got to understand that, you know. Yeah, this is live. I'm doing this live, yeah. I do most of my stuff live for right now. Therefore, I can just get my point across, get it out the way, you know. I do like the interaction, though, you know. Yeah, Grocky, yeah. What is it? Glocky, yeah. Glocky, yeah. So, but yeah, that's the thing about it, you know. I like to do the lives to be able to get some interaction with some people. It's sad because I'm not jumping on the liberals. I'm not hating them. This is not a hate thing, you know. I want it to be known for the record for people that do vote Democrat. This is what make America great again. Once again, you entitled to have your opinion. But what I'm saying is, if you can find anything on the left with Biden's policies and Trump policies, look at them side by side. Looking at Trump's policies should not be the boogeyman to you. And for most of you that have voted the left, you look at Trump policies as the boogeyman. You use Project 25 and reproductive rights that he's trying to take, and you run with that same narrative that what's it? I would have to call it democratically funded legacy media, and that's what they have been doing, and they have been brainwashing you or conditioning you to not accept anything else. We have all been lied to, and a lot of it has to do with the legacy media. This is why their credibility has gone down and down and down. People don't watch them like they used to. Who's sitting up here watching Rachel Maddow or Joy Reid? Who's watching these people, right? Because we already know that Donna Bash. Who's watching these people? CNN. Who's what? They're not watching them. They lost a lot of credibility. That debate with Donna Bash, not Donna Bash, but that debate with David Murr and Lindsey Davis, that was a fiasco. You know what I'm saying? On ABC, that was horrible. That was a horrible. That whole thing was set up. He was triple teamed, but you know, Kamala was like this. You know, she wasn't even. They don't even consider her like. Many of them think she was the GOAT, and I couldn't see it. I said, "How is she the GOAT?" I said, "We never got a chance to know her, or, I mean, every policy that she tried to be a moderate, but she was a far leftist, and we saw through it. If you look at her past history, she's a far leftist. How can you get her and her being this moderate, sweet. But I get it because, most women, it's a sisterhood thing going on. With her being an AKA too, and we already know AKAs do not go against, they don't go against the sisterhood. You go against the sisterhood in the AKA, it's going to be some problems. They know not to do this. Lindsay Davis is an AKA as well. This is why it was. I mean, but they would not address it with these women on that. It was total. It was just totally what we say. It was favored towards her. She never got to ask the tough questions. She won't do them unless it's edited. This was a joke. She would go down into history as the worst VP in the United States history. It is what it is, though. It was so bad that they paid millions of dollars to these entertainers. I mean, Megan Thee Stallion, Beyonce, $10 million to speak for 3 minutes. And then after that, she bounced. And then all the top celebrities got paid. Guess who didn't get paid? The vendors. The vendors, the people that make, the real people that make these venues work are the unsung heroes, the ones that set up the chairs and the audio equipment, making sure the lights, making sure everything is right so people can enjoy a Democrat or a Republican convention or a rally. They got shafted out that deal. I heard it was like $20 million that Kamala Harris campaign was supposed to pay the vendors. She did not pay them. She gave the middle finger practically, basically, and just walked on. You know who had to pay that? You know who paid that? You know who, I'm going to ask, you know who paid, some of y'all may not know or don't believe who paid the vendors. The vendors got paid by Donald Trump. He was on Twitter, he was on X and posted that. And I was like, thumbs up with it, because the vendors were innocent. They were helping them out. They hired them to do a job and got shafted. So you're starting to see your party is, they don't keep their word. They make sure all the celebrities got paid, and it was just really, really disgusting and horrible how she played those vendors. And then Trump said that he was going to take care of it. He said, I write the check, $20 million, done. The vendors, now guess what? The Democrat, those vendors there, guess who they're going to vote for the next time? They're going to vote for Trump. They said Trump didn't have to do that. Trump did it. So the Democrats alienate people with this policy, this administration. It leaves a bad scent. It stinks to high, you know what? And it's so bad how they shafted these vendors, man. And here it is. No accountability, no responsibility again. I never seen Kamala ever stand up. She never stood up for the border that she caused these problems in the first place. She never stood up for it. That's what I mean about accountability and responsibility. Because had that would have been a Democrat man, I guarantee he would say, yeah, it was a mistake, And I know damn well the Democrat man, other than Tampon Tim Walz, that's another whole deal. To me, he ain't even the man. But if that would have been somebody, I think Bill Clinton even spoke out about it. Bill Clinton, Hillary's husband, right? What's wrong is wrong and what's right is right. That's how it is. I'm just saying. But her as a woman, here we go. No accountability, no responsibility. Because society says I don't have to be accountable and responsible. I blame it on the men, anything but me taking any type of responsibility, accountability. They won't do it. And this is what make relationships tough. It's hard to date, especially a liberal woman. It's hard, and I have dated them as well. It's hard. Conservative women, they marry just up like that. It's hard to get a conservative woman they married like that. Y'all, you see right here, look at them, all angry, all on the social media and all this other kind of nonsense. and they refuse to see that they are the problem. It's not the man's, this ain't a man issue. This is a woman issue regards to this. Because many women that, especially on the left, they refuse to see the problem in their own party. And when you look at it and look at it through a microscope, start peeling the onions, it has more to do with them. It has more to do with them. You have the black women too in the black community. They over here shaming black men. They over here requesting to get a divorce. Isn't that something? A divorce. I saw one woman, black women. I suggest that we get a divorce. If your husband voted for Trump, we're going to get a divorce. They're willing to throw their marriage in the toilet. And be honest with you, I think their marriage was in the toilet already. It's very rare that you see somebody going past 2 years getting married modern day now, when marriage and the divorce rate is like 50%. Shoot, black community is even higher than that. Shoot, man, please. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. This is a woman, black woman, telling these other black women, go ahead and divorce him, girl, because he voted for Trump. And they look at it as in Trump is like this boogeyman, like this Michael Myers, that he's gonna come in your house at night with the steak knife and just go to work. This is crazy. This is the type of stuff that they believe. They believe this type of nonsense. And then we got to sit back in here trying to talk to them. Can't. I gave up. I don't deal with that. It's like the woman said Glock said, he said that you can't teach stupid. They're on a special type of stupid. It is what it is. You cannot deal with this mentality. You know, we're moving forward in the golden age, as I did the other live yesterday, where I talked about all the good things that are going to happen. And all these women that's talking against Trump and Republicans and people that voted for him and men and all that, guess what? They still going to benefit. Still going to benefit not paying taxes. They're going to still benefit for the splendors and the joys that everybody else is going to enjoy. My friend told me this, and I'll share this with y'all. He said anybody that didn't vote for Trump, that was against Trump, they shouldn't even be entitled for the benefits. And I said, well, you know, even though I understand what you're saying, but we live in America, and that would go against the Constitution. You can't do that, you know, because like I said, people are entitled to have their opinion. But what makes America great? Even though they talk bad about Trump, they're going to still benefit from the taxes standpoint. They're going to benefit from all the splendors. We're going to this golden age and technological advancements and things like that. They will benefit from it. It may take about 50 years for to be able to see, because Trump will go down in history as one of the greatest presidents we ever had. That's bar none. For people that understand what he has done, what type of man he is, what type of charity he has done. He has helped everybody out tremendously. He don't talk about it. He don't brag about it. That's the thing about it, though, man. He don't talk about this type of stuff. He doesn't have to. That's when you know when a man of gold, when they don't brag about, oh, I helped this and I helped that. He don't do stuff like that. He don't need to. His reputation, for people that know him, he lives off of his reputation of helping people. I can't say the same thing about Kamala Harris. All she's been doing with this whole thing was helping herself, which is very selfish. And then she gave the middle finger to the so-called black community. Guess what she did? Soon as she lost, she had to concede to the president, to the election. Guess what she did? She went back and called herself Indian. She don't call herself black no more. Ain't no benefit no more. Unless if she was president, then she was still running with it. So for you black women, she don't call herself black no more. She called herself like she called herself before. South Indian, Asian Indian. That's what she called herself. She's always have been identified with that. Candace Owens already exposed her. Already. She's not a black woman. This is not a black woman. You can go and race appropriate, go to go to Howard and join it. AKA does not make you black. Sorry, you know. And I know some AKAs. We all do, right? So the AKAs, deltas, zetas. I mean, we know them. You know, you know what I'm saying? The Divine Nine. But still, you don't have no black lineage. She jumped off of that. So, and then for them still trying to hold her down, it just makes them look foolish. They wouldn't even believe it anyway. She don't go by that no more. So this is the thing, though. They absolutely went nuts. I would not do that. If Trump would have lost, I guarantee, you would not see an uproar with Republicans doing what Democrats, and mostly women, liberal women have been doing this more so than the men. You got a couple of soy boys, zesty boys that are doing it, but the majority of them are women. We would never have done that, Had it would have been the other way around, my friend would have been like, my black friend, I'm calling that no more, but she would have been like, all in my fucking face. We won! I told you, Kamala, that's my girl. Yep, she sure would have. Guaranteed. 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 Let me see what you say here. Okay, Sheikah. Donald Harris is a black Jamaican. See, this is what I'm talking about. She's not. You ain't even watched Candace Owens. Let me guess. Do you have this thing about Candace Owens? A lot of black people don't like Candace Owens. They never really gave me a real reason as to why. But one thing I know about Candace Owens, she's an excellent researcher. And she does not leave no stone unturned. No sir, no ma'am. She's the one that actually exposed Black Lives Matters. With the three black sisters, lesbian sisters. One of them was Patrice Cullors. She exposed them tremendously. And I watched that. And she did an excellent job. So no, Sheikah, no ma'am. She's nothing black about her. Nothing black about her. It ain't even about color anyway. But I'm just making a point that whatever it takes with her, she says that she is in order to get the vote. That's what I'm saying, though, So her father, Donald Harris, on the other hand, is what? When you say Jamaican, that doesn't automatically mean black. His family is white, Irish, slave holders. If we go back beyond Donald Harris, go further back. And I forgot who go further back a couple of generations, you will find that he's white. He was a white Irish slaveholder that had sugar cane. He had a plantation. That's a known fact. So all this black stuff, that book that she came out with and put those black folk up in there, no, it's not at all, though. That photos are phony. Candace Owens already exposed this already. So no, ma'am. No. He is an Indian. Nothing black about him. Don't you find it? Let me ask you this, Sheikah. Here's another one. Why haven't none of y'all saw her father at the DNC when she was getting nominated? No one never saw her father at all. They hid her father out. Don't you find that strange? But see, this is what I'm saying, though, ladies and gentlemen. We have a major problem in America. And the problem is that the Democrats spend too much time putting what we call identity politics on things. Because who gives a, whether if she's black or white, it's about the policy. But the reason why I brought that up, because she lied about the policies and then lied about her heritage. That's all I'm saying in regards to that, So this is why a lot of people, Sheikah, the majority of the people in this country don't rock with her. because she alienates people. When you catch her in lies, they were like, oh man, they don't vote now. People are not voting for a president that can't keep it real. She never kept it real on any of her policies. Trump did. That's what I'm saying. You know. So yeah, but see the thing about it, I'm not gonna go into the tariffs with anybody right now. All I'm gonna say is tariffs are gonna be a great thing because tariffs is what ran the country before. The tariffs ran the country before 1913, before we had what we call a central bank. It's called the Federal Reserve Bank. So my question to you, what do you understand? What do you know about the Federal Reserve Bank? I'm just curious because I'm just like to ask questions. What do you know about the Federal Reserve? That's my question. What do you know about the Federal Reserve Bank? What do you know about the Federal Reserve Bank? That's not true. It's going to up the prices. Like I said before, that's not true. See, these are Bloomberg try to run the same talking point. This is an old tired talking point. Trump destroyed Bloomberg on his own show with the same stuff that you're talking about right now, the same narrative. It's not true. We're going to be absolutely fine because guess what? America is going to be made as the #1 superpower again. Trump is going to open up the Keystone Pipeline, the drilling oil, drill baby drill. Fracking is going to start happening. We're going to be able to sell oil all over the world. Plus, we're going to make America is going to be made in America with good old American pride once again. And then what's going to end up happening is that the companies that's in the U.S., that's why he said he was going to set up an ambassador, Sheikah. He was going to set up an ambassador to go out and bring what his job is. He's going to bring them American companies back here to America. And he's going to give them a very, very good tax incentive to do it. So therefore, they can sell their products, not just in the United States, but they'll sell their products all over the world. The tariffs that's going to come in, I think he said I think Trump said between 20 and 25% for all foreign imports. And those that don't play ball, well, there's going to be a higher price to pay. But we wouldn't have to deal with it because the money is going to be coming in, as I just mentioned, off of the other things. This is what Trump was basically trying to explain. It ain't the rocket science, Sheikah. It's not at all. All I got to say is this is why he called it the golden age. Because we're going into the golden age, whether people want to believe it or not. We're going into the golden age, though, So, it is what it is. We're going into the golden age. And what's going to also make that happen, Sheikah, and everybody else, what's going to make this happen is that once the central bank has been removed, when you're not paying taxes, and this is how Trump and his administration is going to win a lot of you guys over, because you can't sit up here and be saying that you're happy paying taxes. Nobody is. We've been told a false lie about what taxes are supposed to go. Taxes is really unlawful to the United States, to be really honest. The whole IRS is an unlawful entity. All these so-called alphabet boys, there's nothing federal about them, nothing government about them at all. And you will see what we're talking about here, Mm-hmm. I'm not mad about anything, first and foremost. I'm not mad about nothing. I'm very passionate of how I speak, though. I'm not mad at anyone, There's nothing to be mad about because we're going into the gold era. We're going into the golden era, Sheikah, And like I said, we got Trump in there. When he assume power, and you're gonna see him dismantling and changing things around. What I like about it is that anybody in government would not work for corporations and government. It's a conflict of interest. He's going to knock that stuff off as well. And how these legacy news have been weaponized as well politically. They're going to knock that stuff off as well too. And that should have never happened. I don't know how old you are, Sheikah. I grew up in a time when Journalism was real journalism. And I'm talking about people like Walter Cronkite, for those that know. He was a real journalist. In fact, in the Constitution, under the freedom of speech, there's also the freedom of press. And anybody, you don't have to have credentials. We have to hold the oath to the Constitution, and that's why it was called the free press, because you are, well, what it is that, again, just like with the freedom of speech, you are to print the truth, not print lies and propaganda. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you will see it, Sheikah. Trump, if you would have watched the Trump Bloomberg, go back and watch that again. The questions that you were asking, go back and watch that. You can Google it. Or you can actually put it up on YouTube. It's all the information is there. Just go and pull it up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, go and pull it up because the information is there. He had a conversation with Bloomberg, the ex-mayor of New York. He had a conversation with him and beat him on a debate about tariffs. You can go and pull that up. And I would suggest anybody else that's in doubt, go look at that interview. It's there. You know what I'm saying? We don't have nothing to be angry and mad about. It is what it is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But my point, getting back to my point originally, is that the libs on the left are very angry. And I don't think it's fair to shun black men, shun Hispanics and so forth by calling them racist because they have voted for Trump. That isn't right. I don't think that's right at all. But they did it. They did it. And they thought that they were going to try to shame the people. But it did not work. We're not shamed at all. We're not shamed. But tell me why that happened. Tell me why that happened. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be the case at all. As I said, though, go and watch you can watch it for yourself. He explains it better than anybody. Just look at it. Trump is a businessman. I'm very, very confident with what Trump does. He's an excellent marketer as well. He outmarketed the Democratic Party. He outsmarted the Democratic Party. He done a lot of things in regards, even with the voting thing. He told the Republicans to go out and vote early, and that's what they did. Beat the Democrats at their own game. This is what ended up happening. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got to convince you, but I'm just saying, though, if you're open-minded, you can go and watch those videos for yourself. That's all I'm saying, though, That's all I'm saying, though. Just watch those videos for yourself. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, going back to my point again, this is what I'm saying, man. When it come down to, far as with the liberal-minded woman that do not want to take accountability and responsibility and constantly just pushing agendas, they look at this stuff as taboo. I would be, me personally, because, I have an inquisitive mind, so I like to know how things work. And, Sheikah, you're wrong. That's all I got to say. You are absolutely wrong, though, You really are. You don't understand how tariffs really work. You've been taught how, like with most people, how this is a liberal left mindset about tariffs. And this is, once again, this is how Trump defeated the best. Bloomberg, right? Nobody's supposed to have done it better than Bloomberg but Trump. So you just repeating the same old talking point, and it's not making a lot of sense. Trump actually already done it before. If you look back if you were an economist, you should know back in 2016 that he already done this already. This ain't something that he's trying to do. Trump done it already to China. We had a boatload of money coming into China. He was hitting China up a lot. I'm trying to think exactly how much was the percentage of the tariffs. It could have been 50, it could have been 100, it could have been 200, but he was hitting them up. He hit China up back in 2016. All that money came back over here in America. This is a policy of Trump. This actually happened. This ain't speculator being speculation. This actually happened under Trump's policies. This is exactly what it is. So you're trying to sit up here and try to say, I'm not an economist. That's why I say to you, it sounds like you may be an economist. So go and watch the actual video. I get it, but watch the video for yourself. That's what I'm saying, because Trump already have done it. That's what I'm saying to you. Trump has already done it. It ain't. There's no lie about that though. I don't know how much more that I can just tell you, other than you have to check it out for yourself. Yeah, that's how real information is. If you want to get down to the truth, Sheikah, just watch the videos and look into Trump's policies on that. He's already said he was going to do it. In fact, I'm going to run this down on Agenda 47 before I go. And this is a countermeasure to Project 2025. It's called Agenda 47. Number one, Trump is going to seal the border and stop the migrant invasion. Everybody knows he's going to do that. Number two, he's going to carry out the largest deportation in American history. Number three, end inflation and make America more affordable again, right? This is another thing. This is number four. Number five, he's going to make America the dominant energy producer in the world by far. Number six, he's going to stop outsourcing, turn the United States into a manufacturing superpower. Number seven, large tax cuts for workers and no tax on tips. Number seven, defend our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and our fundamental freedom, including freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and the right to keep and bear arms. I love a president that's constitutionalist. Number eight, prevent World War III, restore peace in Europe and in the Middle East, and build a great Iron Dome missile defense shield over the entire country, made all in America. Number nine, end the weaponization of government against the American people. This has been going on for a very long time with your spying. This is what Snowden and the other dude, this is what this is all about. He was a whistleblower. I can't think of the other guy, right? What's his name? Julian Assange. Yeah, okay. Number 10, stop the migrant crime epidemic. Demolish the foreign drug cartel, crush the gang violence, and lock up violent offenders, right? Number 11, build our cities, including Washington, D.C., make them safe, make them clean, right? This is what it is. Make them safe, make them clean, make them beautiful again. Number 12, strengthen and modernize our military, making it, without question, the strongest and the most powerful in the world. Number 13, keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. Number 14, fight for and protect Social Security and Medicare with no cuts, including no changes to the retirement age. Number 15, cancel the electric vehicle mandate and cut costly and burdensome regulations. Number 16, cut federal funding from any school pushing critical race theory, right? Radical gender ideologies, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children. I'm all for that. Number 17, keep men out of women's sports. They never should have been there in the first place. Number 18, here it is. Um, Deport pro-Hamas radicals and make our college campuses safe and patriotic again. Number 19, secure our elections, including same-day voting, voter identification, paper ballots, and proof of citizenship. Number 20, unite our country by bringing it to the new and record level of success. This is exactly what it is, right? This is exactly what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So as I read off Trump's policies, we don't need any of this stuff because what it has done, it has been weaponized. It divides people, and a lot of this stuff came from Obama. He is the one that is the great divider. Trump is going to unite, which he has. It's never before that we have had a Democrat working with a Republican. We had moderates, now she's a Republican now, Tulsi Gabbard. But we have people that are working together, that's coming on the Trump train for change. This is something that have never been done at this particular magnitude. But Trump look at people, no matter what you are, no matter what color you are. We don't call ourselves Black American, white American, Asian American. We are all Americans. This is what makes America great. And he's going to make us great again because he has the who? He has the patriots, which are the people. The majority of the people in this country have chosen who their president is. And that president is Donald J. Trump at the helm. Without the backing of the people, and that's what the left libs don't seem to understand. Trump, what makes Trump very powerful is because of the people. We have control of the House. We have control of the Senate. We have control of the actual Supreme Court. So this is something that never happened. They lied to us on legacy media by saying Trump was not the popular vote. Kamala was. That was a lie. No, it wasn't. She was not the popular vote. She wasn't at all. She was an incumbent. You know what I'm saying? She was not the popular vote. Trump was. Trump is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? So this is exactly what it is. Trump said we're going into the golden age. Ain't no turning the pages, a new step forward. He gave the policies that I read out to everyone, all 20 of them, they are there black and white for anybody to look down. Nobody hiding about the policies. You know, so I've defeated Project 2025. These policies are going to allow Americans to be Americans again. So everybody should be feeling good about being American. If you don't like being in America, why don't you do what the Hollywood elites do? Buy you a plane ticket and go somewhere else. If you don't like it here with under Trump, and you think that somewhere is even better than America, name it. Name me a nation anywhere outside of the United States is better than America, where you have the Constitution of the United States. Because if that was the case, people would be leaving here out of the droves. And that's not the case at all. You can't name me a place that's better than America. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. One thing about it, Sheikah, you are entitled for all your opinions. This is what about being America is. I don't have to shut you down, shut you down. Oh, don't talk about that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right? Let me see what you have to say here, John Laney. Okay, Trump will show all the doubters and and they still will make excuses. Exactly. That's cool, because that's the thing about it. That's cool because I've dealt with black women like her before. I've debated many of them on this type of stuff. And like I said, I don't do it anymore because they have to be, a lot of them are from Missouri. Not just black women, but just in general, with most liberal women, they're one and the same. They are from Missouri. That's the show me state. You got to show them, right? Can't talk about it. You can't even talk about the policies of old that Trump already did. He already done this type of stuff, but you have to show them. And the way it looks right now, we can actually run for probably, I would say, about the next 10 to 12 years easy with this policy. You know, Trump is still going to get out there and rally. He's still going to get out there and rally, though. You know, he's an excellent marketer. Nobody markets better than Trump. Make America great again. America first. The patriotism has risen again. Americans are starting to get their confidence back. We don't have to listen to critical race theory. That's been destroyed. You know, you can call somebody fat, is what it is. She's fat, he's fat. There's only two genders, you know. We don't have to worry about critical race theory. White folks, you don't have to worry about being white again, because critical race theory is going out the door as well. So you don't have to be, and be sensitive, you know what I'm saying? No, we're not under the regimes anymore. All that's gone. You're going to either have to prove yourself for what it really is. DEI is out the door. Say Tulu, you're going to make it off your own merits and not off your race. You're going to prove that you, like everybody else, you got to compete. If you want the job, you got to get your ass out here and compete like everybody else. Let me see what you say here. I'm hold on for a minute. Wait a moment. Get my glasses on here. I'm sick and tired of hearing about this election. First off, take care of your damn self before you depend on others. Secondly, God knows all, sees all, and be all. Let Trump work. Exactly, right? That's what I say. Let Trump work appropriately. Okay, appropriately. This is what God wants. Absolutely. I'm in agreement of that, I'm in agreement of that wholeheartedly. Even if you said something that I didn't agree with, it's welcome here. I don't have to shut nobody down like many other things though. And with my Marge, I'm gonna block. No, you're. This is what make America great. You also are benefit under the Constitution. You entitled to say freedom of speech. Yeah, I say I'm so glad that I'm not. Okay, I'm not in a social media because these people are so lost. Yeah, they are. Yeah, a lot of them are lost. I mean, and that's the thing about it. But I know people are going to come around because it's no sense in really debating them. I stopped debating libs. I don't do it no more because it goes into, for them, I had some issues where I was picking them up, Uber, Lyft, as a driver. I'm just a random guy, man, and I asked them some questions about it, and then I gave them a little pushback, and it just went absolutely left. I had a white woman, liberal. She didn't want to talk about it no more. That's how upset she was. The black woman started screaming, hollering, and shouting. She gave me a low star rating. You know what I'm saying? Because, once again, it's very cultish. As a black man, I'm supposed to side with the black woman and say that, call Trump out for his BS, as she says, because she refused to listen and see another side. This is how cults work. A cult would say, don't look at or don't read any other information. Don't research information. Just go with what Kamala has to say, and that's it. There's the sister code right here. There you go. There we go. AKA, woo, sweet. This is the nonsense. This is exactly what they've been doing. This is exactly what it is, and it's much worse in the so-called black community. It's worse. It's worse. Where black men have been alienated. They really are. I talk to the brothers every day, man. You know what I'm saying? And we've been alienated. A lot of these sisters and these white libs and the rest of them, well, no matter what color you all will die on the hill for this belief that y'all have. You will die on that hill. You want to die there. You know what I'm saying? Not blinders. I already read off his policies, and you're still trying to debate that. You cannot debate what I just read. Those are Trump's policies. But you know why? Because I went on his campaign website and then I downloaded it. But you haven't told me one time, Sheikah, that you went on his website. And it's like many of you just like to complain and be miserable and love to complain about shit. I don't know what it is. You haven't told me you looked at his policy. And you don't even know them. I can tell. You do not know his policies. You do not know. You do not even know Harris policies. Kamala Harris. Okay. If you know Kamala Harris policies, it's time for me to ask you some questions. Give me her policies that's gonna make America great again. Go. And I'm listening. Go, Sheikah. Tell me. Give me a policy that's gonna make America great again. I already told you Trump's, so you got to give me something. You just can't keep spitting out rhetoric and criticizing Trump. You got to give me something. This is how we have a dialogue. You have to give me something. But if you don't give me something, then what would be the point? The whole country, as he said right here, the whole country has said they have already chosen. You are a minority group, Sheikah. You're gonna die on this hill. You already have died on this hill. You do not have the support that you think. You have a handful of black women and other libs that don't even make up 10%. You are dying on that hill so that you know that. You sound ridiculous. You do. You do. You ain't convincing nobody. You're saying all this rhetoric, you're not convincing anybody. This is I was waiting for this to happen, and I knew I was gonna get some triggering, and see, this is what it was. I was waiting for it. It never fails. It never fails. I was waiting for it. I did this today purposely. And now we are here. Now we are here. Huh? You got to give me something. You have to give me something. You should be able to give me Harris's policies just like I gave you Trump's policies. And this is where I get a lot of them. You should be able to give it to me. Why don't you just give me the policies instead of giving me the rhetoric? Why can't you give me what I asked you? I've been asking you nicely, Sheikah. You won't give it to me. You keep giving me rhetoric and about black men and all this. Nobody want to hear that stuff. Give me the policies. That's all I'm asking you to do. See, this is the frustrating stuff. I knew I was going to get a lib, and always is the case. I put the black woman photo up there for a reason, because this is what I was attracting, right? You proved my point. Thank you, Sheikah. You have definitely proved my point. This is exactly, I knew this. I was already waiting for it. And this is you proving my point. There's no talking to you at all. And you are losing your man at an alarming rate, because you are going to die on that hill. You already have. You have alienated black men. You will not listen to reason. Even when we ask you nicely, you still put up this defense of resistance, and you are going to die on that hill. You already have. It's this rhetoric that you're speaking now. It's just, that's what it is. It's just rhetoric. I've already have proven that Trump, we're going into the golden age, right? The country itself have spoken. I'm looking at the map, and I love looking at this map, ladies and gentlemen. I love looking at this red map, this state. The country is red. It's crimson red out there. So at your admission, if all this rhetoric that you're saying, it should be blue. It's not. It's not. Even Pennsylvania, Michigan, a lot of these other places, Wisconsin, these are the battleground states. Georgia, the numbers don't lie. You're just speaking rhetoric at this point. You do not have a footing to stand on at all. Not shaky ground. You don't have no ground. You have no legs to stand on at all, Sheikah. You don't. You're entitled to your opinion, but that's about it. It's an opinion versus a fact. And this is the thing about it. With most women, once again, I'm logically thinking, right? Showing discernment. Looking at what it is. You look at Trump as the boogeyman. That's why you wouldn't even go on the website. You think you know it all, and you don't. The odds are stacked against you. You do not have a leg to stand on. I have defeated you on the policies alone, as well as with the votings of the other. I mean, really, this is a useless conversation at this point. You have nothing to stand on at all. You have nothing. And anyone else that wants to smoke, they're more welcome to come in here. We already defeated it. It's not even, it's nothing to even talk about. Just a bunch of rhetoric. I did this on purpose because I knew I was going to get, I said, I know I'm going to get, if I can't get a white liberal, I'm going to get me a black one. And I sure did. Yep, exactly. And like I said, you're more welcome to have your opinion. But that's all it is an opinion. And it's a very bad one at that, because it does not show no merit. It doesn't stand on its own or whatever. I proved mine. You didn't prove mine. I asked you several times. I said, give me a policy that Harris has that was going to benefit the country, And then you went into all this rhetoric stuff, So that's the thing about it. White or black, you don't have nothing to stand on. You make yourself look foolish. You make yourself look silly. And that's really what it is. You really do. You make yourself look foolish and silly. That's what it is, though. You know. Trump, like she said, no wars. I was about to get there, but since you got there, this is exactly. I read the policies to them, Jelani. I read the policies to them, and I mean, this stuff is already solidified, and they still are resisted on this type of stuff. They really think that they would be better off with this man, and that's why I say I don't listen to emotions from a woman. I listen to logic. No, it won't happen. Nope, won't happen. See, that's why I say she won't bring up Kamala's party. You already lost the debate a long time ago. And you, as I said before, you are going to die on that hill. It's just how it is, though. You're fighting a losing battle by yourselves. You do not have the support that you thought. The news media have lied to you. You know, they have lied to you. And like I said, you don't have it. You did not win this debate. You lost it because you haven't proved to me nothing but just a bunch of rhetoric. There's more rhetoric. Pandemic lockdown, pandemic lockdown. But this is what I'm saying. The majority of the country have already voted for him. So what you're saying it's not adding up. Y'all, you're reaching poorly. It's not for betterment. It's worse. You make yourself look embarrassingly foolish. This is foolish talk at this point. There's nothing good about it. Yeah, and that's the thing about it. Yeah, because you are in your emotions, and this is why I don't listen to a bunch of emotional people that cannot add. You can't even give me. I asked you 3 times. I said, give me the Kamala's policies that's going to make America great again. You have not. You constantly keep asking me questions, and you've been deflecting the whole time. You will not answer the questions. The room is just looking at you like, give us something. You ain't got a whole room of people saying on your side. Oh, by the way, those are made up for the felons, and I guarantee he's going after his attorney. Trump's personal attorney told Letitia James this: if she don't stop this witch hunt, he gonna throw her fat ass in jail. So you're already seeing that this political correctness is already gone out the window. We don't prescribe to it, and he called it right. He said he's gonna put her fat ass in jail if she doesn't shut this charade of, and I guarantee he will be exonerated. Now this is another one I'm gonna throw out though too. So he will be exonerated for those 34 counts of that bogus, phony stuff. The other one, what's her name? Not Letitia James, but the other one. They threw that. I think they ended up throwing that out of Georgia. I think they ended up throwing that out. I do believe though, or whatever. It doesn't have no merit. Does not have any leg to stand on. So, like it is, you guys. I mean, I appreciate the room, but I did this on purpose to get some triggering left side of libs on the left, and this is exactly what you got. This is what it is. This is why nobody rocks with you. This is why the relationships are sour. You have alienated your own men that they don't want to deal with you. I'd rather deal with someone else though, and I'm in the same boat with that, because this is a headache. They have to deal with this type of mentality from women on the left, especially. This is terrible. I can't even ask the question and get an answer without a bunch of rhetoric. Nonsense though, It's like, I'm not even responding to you no more on it, because it doesn't even make any sense. I'm not arguing at all though. It's not an argument. It's not even a debate. It's just rhetoric at this point. It's like, this is the thing about it. I just tune out of it because I haven't seen anything. You guys have heard me read off Trump's policies. It was 20 bullet points on this type of stuff. 20 of them. She can give me one. She should be able to give me all of her policies, not just one. She should be able to give me all of her policies, but she can't. Or I should say, she can't and she won't. Which I had asked nicely. But, once again, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I did this for a reason. I pulled this up for a reason. I did this for a reason. This is what it is, Yep. You proved my point, and I thank you for proving my point. You really did. I thank you for proving my point. You did nothing here. You did not state your position at all. It's just rhetoric at this point. It sounds to me nothing more than The View. It's like, this ain't nothing but The View 2.0. And that's going to be changed too. I get A View 2 years because right now with the Democrats, because they are being paid by the Democratic Party to promote, and they still lost. This is how bad it is, ladies and gentlemen. They had over $1 billion budget and still lost. Oh man, still lost though, man. You got Megan Thee Stallion up there shaking it up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna go there, right? Before I go, I'm going there now, right? Yep. So because right it is, I'm doing some triggering now. So I'm gonna trigger you now. So you got Megan Thee Stallion, right? You also have paid Beyonce $10 million just to speak 3 minutes. She took that money and left. You know what I'm saying? And still lost. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Your girl is a loser. She's a liar. She's a loser. And we won't ever have to hear from her again in things. So, like it is, Trump reigns supreme. Trump, and I'm glad that the majority of the country, and I never had no doubt, that's why I was telling my mother, it's nothing to worry about. I said, Trump got this, because Trump is already thinking ahead of the game. She was scrambling the whole time, though. Defeated them on their own election process. The Dems and the Dems have always did early voting, but when the Republicans started doing it, we not only showed up, we showed out. And I'd like to give a shout out once again to the fellow Trump supporters. Make America great again. We showed out. What you say, Card? Okay, yep. Didn't know that one. Hell, she was talking about. Was you probably Cardi B? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying though. J-Lo, it don't matter though. She had to pay these celebrities to speak out. And then the thing about it is, she effed over. See, Kamala, once again, she effed over the vendors. The vendors never got paid. This is a known fact. The vendors was told, that she just basically gave the middle finger to the vendors. She made sure that the celebrities and people of importance got paid, but left the vendors hanging. I think it was like $20 million, according to the what was owed for the vendors. Guess who paid that? It could have been more. But guess who paid that? Donald Trump. Trump paid Kamala's vendors for her own damn election campaign rally. This is I'm just saying though, man, it don't get no better than this, man. This is they dying on this hill, man. Bro, you just straight line. Listen, soy boy, man. You know better than this. You sound like a zesty boy. A soy boy, zesty boy, You should be a damn shame of a man that's siding. And I know why, because once again, approval seeking, take your marching orders from women. I get it. Especially, yeah, they get their marching orders from the women. This is what I'm talking about, This is exactly what it is. See, I don't take my marching orders from no woman. See, he does. I was waiting for a dude to come in here too, trying to cape. It ain't gonna work. Because this is a known fact. Everything I'm saying is factually true. That's why she won't address it. I love it. You won't address it? That's why I say you can trigger them, man. It's easy. See that, and I shouldn't have to do that, but you just hit their ass with facts. Oh, he's lying. That's not true, bro. You lying, bro. You know, he can't give a policy though. That's what I'm saying. You're lying. You're lying. You's a liar. You know, they cannot they cannot defend her. That's the whole thing about it, though. This is why they're mad. That's why they lost. You's a loser. You gets nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. I love that from Willy Wonka. The chocolate factory. That's exactly what it is. They get nothing. They lose. Good day, sir. That's why we don't have to adhere to this critical race theory crap stuff. We ain't got to deal with none of this stuff. And I said it. And we ain't got to do political correctness no more. We can call you fat. We can call you lazy. We can call you all kind of stuff. But there ain't no laws going to protect you no more. That's why that Obama stuff is out the door. Obama is through, by the way. We destroyed Obama. I like to say to all my fellow constituents, hello, Chicago. Hillary, yeah, Michelle, want to say to my people here, yeah, I want to talk to the black men especially. You know, talking about Kamala Harris. She come from where you come from. Want to talk to you right now. You see, this is the night. That's how I say it hurts, doesn't it? Doesn't it hurt? Yeah, it hurts, doesn't it? I mean, I'm just saying, though, man. And I hate to have to do this, man, but this is how ridiculous it is. The Department of Education is going to be revamped because they have been getting funding for a long time to teach our children in this leftist mindset with this woke agenda type stuff. The only flag that should be full mast is the American flag and things. Patriotic citizens will be patriotic in the country again. The only flag that should be flown. Products are going to be made in America. We're going into the golden age. We have a lot right now to live for. We got Trump at the helm. He got the actual power of the people. The patriots are backing Donald J. Trump. That's what makes Trump so powerful. You cannot destroy a person when you got the country behind him. That's why I say these little talking points that they try to throw up, it's a waste of time. It really is. It is a waste of time to sit up in here and entertain this foolishness and rhetoric because they are dying on that hill and they know it. And you won't even hear from this 10 years from now. It'll be really a relic, which it is already. Obama has been destroyed. You know, not only that, the Clintons have been destroyed. Obamas have been destroyed. The Biden and Kamala Harris have been destroyed. They're never going to come back. They're gone. So I'm happy about that. So we have good things to look forward to. It ain't the old uniparty anymore that many of them see. And that's another thing with the left. They still look at the Republicans as these old racist white men, and anybody that joined them, they still caught in the 80s and the 90s and the 70s and so forth. It ain't that party no more. The MAGA movement have taken over that movement. The MAGA movement is the new movement right now. Anybody, black, white, Hispanic, anybody can work with the Republican Party. We done kicked out those old rhinos. The rhinos are not there no more. The Shadys are not there no more. We don't have McCain's. We done kicked all these people out of there. You know, we don't have Mitch McConnell. We don't have these people no more. We kicked all these people out. You know what I'm saying? So what they're what they're doing is still trying to use fear because they learned from the Democrats how the Democrats get down. They try to use fear baiting tactics. Ku Klux Klan. You ain't heard no Ku Klux Klan. You never had no Ku Klux Klan burn no cross on your line. You would never live that life, man. Stop it. Stop it. Talking about neo-Nazi. You would stop that. You stop those lies, man. You ain't lived that life. Ain't none of you lived that life. Don't even try it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't see. That's what I'm saying. They ain't lived that life. But this is the type of stuff that they bring up. They bring this stuff up as a shaming and a scare tactic. They have no policies to stand on. That's why Kamala is the worst VP in the history of the United States. She got destroyed so bad you would never hear from her again. You know what I'm saying? If she ain't, I don't, as far as her being a senator anymore in California, it's gonna be very rough and tough for her. Got myself a ride. But other than that, I thank you all, or even for people that don't agree, I thank you all for being a part of, no, not Uber Eats. I'm doing a Lyft today, you know. I haven't did Uber Eats in years, you know what I'm saying? I haven't did that in years. But I love doing what I do because I can talk to modern people, everyday people, just everyday people, and sometimes we talk about the policies. You know what I'm saying? But if I see that's going too far south, I have a way of backing out of it without it blowing up or whatever. I just say some type of, a social experiment is what I usually do to back out of it. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. I have to head on out. I got to make that money. We got to get this money. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, please comment, like, and subscribe. All is welcome, I'm not going to do you like these other people are going to do you. You still have a voice. But I appreciate you all. I am out. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Peace.